Like if you just put a watermark on the top of it and you go to the bathroom, then and what did you add to it, right? I agree, cut it out. Use too much dialogue straight from the book and they got in trouble for it. Bigger brands, they usually get what they want because they have money, no legality behind it. Like the only way to stop it from happening is a larger entity comes in and says, hey, you can't do it anymore. They watched your video because of me. Okay, so this was uploaded on his other channel. And basically somebody has complained about
It's once again time for me
reacting.
To fill you in on some huge YouTuber
sure,
drama.
always.
And then for you to weigh in with your own morals and ethics on this conundrum. And it all started, like most things, on Twitter.com.
Sure.
X.com.
I hate this. The stupidest thing. Why? No, I'm not calling it that. I'm not doing that either. I agree.
Tweet, here's my live mogul reaction from Mudahar. It says just...
I don't know who Mudahar is. I don't know who Bubs Films is. The only person I recognize here, other than dipshit with his mogul right here. He put it in a different font than the live reaction. That's funny. Yeah, we recognize XQC basically, right? I don't know who Lamino is at all. XQC said something about this. He says, I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share, audience split, and algorithm. I've heard this complaint a million times and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles. Yeah. I feel like because of his magnetism and his different community, I feel like it's okay, right?
A shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab.
They're hating.
Referring to this tweet, which says, let me know spends months researching, scripting, and editing a video just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input.
This is interesting. The top tweet is by Dolan Dark saying, I actually enjoy his commentary. These are some of my favorite moments. That's unfortunate. Yeah, look, I mean, I figure as long as you add your own information, your own ideas, your own reactions, opinions, anything, then it's fine. If it's literally just copy and pasted, then it's different.
And the offender at hand, XQC.
XQC is just the offender always, man.
Re-uploaded the entire reaction to his own YouTube channel. Yep. We are once again talking about reactors.
Yes.
React videos and whether they're chill or not chill.
They're never gonna be chill. Honestly, it's just a heated area. What's the line between I have added my own interesting content to something and I haven't?
It is a little more complex than that. So let's get into it.
Much.
First, by
I think it's
about
much more complex.
If you don't know, he's a long-form video creator.
These get a lot of views, actually. I'm surprised. I've never seen this guy. I've never heard of him. 5 million subs. Interesting. He doesn't upload ever. I think this guy has a decent argument for why he thinks X is potentially stealing some of his views. I also think there's a very good argument for why X has opened this up to a whole different genre of people.
And he doesn't upload very frequently. In fact, it had been a full year since his last
That's
upload
crazy.
When he dropped the Kennedy assassination.
He has 5 million
video,
subscribers.
Hour 38-minute long
What a guy.
video. And that's why people were kind of upset that XQC re-uploaded it.
Yeah.
This clearly took
this is interesting. How long? X's was an hour 53. See, that's like we're cutting margins here because that's not much time to add on to it. I don't know.
Effort, and now XQC
I think it's a mutual relationship. Like they're both gonna get attention from this, so who cares?
Further, it's worth noting, I am an offender. Okay,
Who isn't an offender, dude? This is funny. It's way easier, dude. Of course, people are gonna do React content, man. Like, look at this. Look at all of these top 2. When you look up Ludwig reacts to TikToks, are 1 million views with just 3 tags in it, his name, and then this like the same thumbnail. It's just a TikTok he's watching with the logo and him reacting to it. That took him, I would bet it took him an hour maybe to to record the 15 minutes of of TikToking, make the thumbnail, and then post it. Yeah.
My hands are not clean. There is blood on them.
2 hours.
Have reacted.
Yeah,
Father,
it's
I
easy.
have sinned.
Who
Ludwig
hasn't?
reacted to a lot of TikToks.
Oh my God, he was going in. It's like all he posted.
His day. But I think I can still weigh in because I have a perspective as both a streamer and a YouTuber, and I've kind of laid off the reacts. I still react occasionally, like skibbity toilet.
What's wrong with that? I mean, I'll be hating on reacting content, but there's a total market for it. There's people that want to watch it. There's a reason these are some of the most popular videos that he's gonna make. Like, those have more views than his I let chat make this dick with a rainbow cum. Like, yeah, I mean, it's got more views.
Or when my roommate.
So why is he not gonna keep doing it?
When I react, I either get express permission from the creator, or I am doing some in my mind transformative content.
And that's the key right there, transformative. As long as it is your content.
But outside of that, I'm just a raw gamer. Okay, I'm a gamer who occasionally reacts. That's how I phrase it.
I agree. We all are.
Part of the reason that
I feel like everybody's
is so intense right now is because it's coming from multiple sides.
Jack's films. I've seen some Jack's films, but it's not like he's
XQC getting lambasted for the Let Me Know video.
This is tripping me out with like trying to full screen 14 times.
It's also Jack Films, who is going hard on a campaign to expose how bad Sniper Wolf's content is, or at least
so funny. I was literally talking to my girlfriend earlier about Sniper Wolf. That guy that was dating her made me feel like I could get a Kardashian. Like, man.
At least that's
but when I watched her, this was years ago, she was doing like Call of Duty. I think she mostly did like sniping on Call of Duty.
Huge YouTube creator.
Yeah, she had a couple millions. She has 34 million subscribers, dude. Oh, since when? That's like the same YouTube picture right there. This one right here. That's like the same one she's had the whole time, huh? She yeah, looks like that's all she does. Is she just puts this red line in her crazy face, and she does 10 minutes of TikTok reactions.
34 million subscribers. She's one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Sure.
And
she's gonna she's getting 1 million views, 2 million views on like all of these, and they're just all reacts, except for that.
A lot. It's the main thing she does. She's probably the largest react channel. Maybe Mr. Beast Reacts is bigger, but
there's a ton of them.
One of the largest in the entire world. She's amassed over 23 billion views.
That's crazy. I did not know she did that. When I watched her, she didn't do this.
Other people's content. But by the way, this is not a new thing. It's not a new argument to admonish.
No, it's not new. It's the first thing that ever happened. When as soon as you could upload content, everybody thought, oh my God, why don't I just steal it and then make money off of other people doing it? I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
React creators, there's Jinxie, who got basically laughed off the platform for bad reactions.
Wow.
Even 12 years ago, where Jack Films,
Jack Films,
same exact guy, made fun of Ray William Johnson for basically being a React creator.
Okay.
You're saying I need to come up with an original thought by myself without the internet clips. Yep.
That's super personal. Look at that. Look at that fucking explosion, dude. This is from 12 years ago. That's pretty good, actually. Hey. Doesn't that mean Ludwig just reacted to that video?
And somebody who has
Wait a minute.
Against the existence of React creators as a whole, and the like evil or the bad that they bring to the platform, is Dark Viper AU, who has made a many-part series about this, of which I'm a part of. Yo, what up?
Really?
And I'm going to try to restate his position.
Okay. We're gonna read it a bit. I see the Actman's tweet down here is, I'm all in favor of reaction-based content, but if you're gonna upload it to YouTube, then for God's sake, cut out the parts where you're eating, doing nothing, and going to the bathroom. This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. Yeah, I mean, when I'm trying to cut up my reaction videos, I make sure there are some parts of it that if you go and watch the original content, there'll be new things for you to watch in there. I just want the parts that I think are interesting of the video, right? So if there's a minute or two in this video I'm gonna watch and I don't react to it very much, I'm just gonna cut it out. But I want you to hear what I think. I want you to see my opinions, and this is a good way for you to build your personality. And I'm just using this to keep up with news, man. I'm streaming, taking a second to chill, but I want to watch this. I mean, this is interesting drama, and it's fun to talk about, man.
13 pages, you know what I mean? Just a meme.
Sure.
But the general idea is that React content is bad because there are a finite amount of views on the platform.
Okay.
There's not an infinite amount.
There's not an infinite. There's a whole lot.
There are a finite amount. And if you were to remove all of the React creators and all the React videos, that finite amount would remain the same, but they would go to
No, it wouldn't. How many people do you think only come to YouTube originally to, how do I do this? Like, how do I needed help with my editing software, and I see something else in my recommended, even if it's not editing DaVinci Resolve, it could spark my interest. All you really want as a YouTuber is you want impressions, because if you have a good enough thumbnail and title, then you'll get the views. More reasons, more things to see when you come to YouTube, more reasons to be on YouTube. It draws more people here, right? Like, if you want to watch porn, you're not gonna go to YouTube for it, right? So those people are not on YouTube looking at your content. They're clicking something else, right?
Original content. There would be no need for a market for React videos, and then original content would all get boosted.
Yeah.
And although there are some cases that you can point out where people have benefited greatly from React videos.
Having more reasons to come to YouTube, which i.e. React content, right? Some people come here to just watch reactions. Some people come here just to see Sniper Wolf, just to see XQC. And if your video pops up in that, then
creators who get a large amount of exposure,
you're
that
getting
exposure is a natural, and the market would correct itself if no React videos were in existence, because it would go to the people
like
who are
theoretically
naturally
these people,
as opposed to some giant YouTuber or giant streamer exposing light by their blessed reactions. I think this is only a problem then when you just directly re-upload the whole video with like little stoppage and little added content, any flavor to it. Like if you just put a watermark on the top of it and you go to the bathroom, then and what did you add to it, right? I agree, cut it out. If you're adding your content to it, then add your content to it, man. The general idea. And that trickle down doesn't work. Trickle down Reactonomics doesn't actually make sense. And to an extent, I agree with him.
Yeah, like if XQC had just re-uploaded the whole hour 38 and done nothing in the whole stream, and then he's just stealing views, because now there's people that have watched it and have no reason to go watch the original video. Yeah, I follow.
But I don't know if I fully buy the theory that if you removed all React creators and all React videos, that you would have the same amount of views and impressions. I would argue it would go down, right? The same way I would argue if we removed all gaming videos off YouTube, like if we had some moral argument against
that's what I was trying to say.
More violent, we should remove all gaming videos, that YouTube's total impressions and views would remain the same. I think
it's just not true, right? You really want people to be here on YouTube to click stuff. And if you get rid of all of these big channels and these types of content, then nobody's going to come here and watch it anymore, obviously, right?
They would go down. Maybe they would go up again over time, but I think if you were to remove all reacts, it's not like it 100% cannibalizes.
It's also not like it's not just a parasite. It's not like when you react to a video, you are just completely sucking all of the views out of that video, right? There are ways that it can be symbiotic. Like you can both be benefiting from, I know I benefit from putting bigger creators in my titles, obviously. but I want to put my own reaction and my own opinions and how I really feel about the videos in my video, and it's less about what they think.
Original content.
Not too interested. Like, I'm not too interested in what Ludwig thinks about this situation. I just want to know about the situation
to the platform. But outside of that, not all React videos are made the same. There's two arguments kind of forming here.
Yeah.
And the first one is arguably more important.
This is interesting. Yeah.
What is a chill one?
This is the line that will never, ever, it will always be a gray area here, because there's just no mathematic equation that comes out to this isn't fair use.
A not chill one, because there is a
that's the line, right?
difference.
The line is fair use, but fair use is gray.
Right? We can tell just by looking at a video like Real Lawyer reacts to The Little Mermaid. This is fine. This is, I'll let it play for a bit.
Yeah.
Something really bothered me.
Well, yeah, it's a 16-minute video about The Little Mermaid.
Yes, it was.
Nobody has a problem with that.
I was an extremely litigious 5-year-old. So today we're gonna make that little boy
But if the whole 16 minutes was just like not this, and it was just the picture of the TV in the background, and it was actually playing the movie the whole time, you problem.
The Sea Witch, where Ariel trades her voice for legs in an effort to win the kiss of true love from a human.
Yeah, obviously. It's not even stealing the audio from it.
Disney, yeah.
Is a legally enforceable contract.
Now this is interesting, right? This is a lawyer with some pedigree reacting to The Little Mermaid through the lens of the law. We're adding some value and some commentary that a layman would not otherwise know. And this falls under fair use. It is a React video.
Yes,
he does
he's
directly
just
pull clips that he's reacting to.
But it's not long enough. It's not. I mean, it doesn't even play the whole movie like the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, even in my video right now, I'm doing it worse because I'll have basically the whole video that he uploaded here, but then also my video. Yeah.
On Twitch.tv, who is sleeping, who is playing.
This is crazy. This is crazy that people do this. I cannot. I'm actually jealous on like just a trillion different levels. How could somebody have 4,500 views on Twitch and it's literally just a black screen with the Twitch chat is going crazy and they're watching soap bars get cut?
And I'm not here to narc. I'm just here to show that not all.
Which is lovely, by the way. I love soap bars getting cut. Who wants? Whatever. Everybody's watching.
Because of that, they're not treated the same in the court of law.
Sure.
Generally, there's something called fair use.
Here we go.
To be clear here, nobody fucking understands. Like,
nope.
Everyone has a vague understanding, but nobody has the same understanding. And
it's just not possible, dude, because everybody has a different thought process.
To university, and I did a copyright law class as a
I didn't know that. I didn't know he went to university. He did a copyright law class.
Journalism student.
Yes.
I still don't really get it. Few rules. It is fair use if the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is nonprofit or.
I didn't know he was going to read this. This is nice.
Apply here, so it's not really fair use for that reason. Because if you re-upload a video on YouTube, it's usually for commercial use to make some money on. It's not really educational. Although I guess maybe legally
it can be both.
Again, I don't know. Second, the nature of the copyright work. Third, the amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, aka like the legal eagle pulling clips from it as opposed to watching the entire thing in a stream.
Right. See, this is the interesting thing right here. I think that's probably the most important one. Is how much of it do you steal and how much of it do you make different with your own content? I'm trying to make this video different by talking over it, and I'll make my own thumbnail for it. It'll be different than his, and you can see me in the corner. I have a different setup. I have different thoughts than what he thinks.
Effect of the use upon the potential market
really
for or value of the copyrighted work.
Like, how do we work out how much Lemino lost because of X uploading? Like, did he lose every single view, the 300,000 views that X got, or is it just the views within a certain time period? Is it like based on the watch time? How much of it is And then how much of it does X get to claim back as like, well, they watched your video because of me. It's a really weird topic.
It's like how you are using that copywritten.
Because you could just as easily argue that the potential market went up instead of down for it. So
and then there's another word that everybody likes to throw around, which is transformative.
yeah,
You transform the original
but what does
content.
that mean? Ooh, he highlighted it.
And there's arguments
Ooh.
that, hey, you transform it if you are in the corner and pausing the video and make.
Sure, let's look it up real fast. What's transformative content? Builds on a copyrighted work in a different manner or for a different purpose from the original, and thus does not hold. This is vague. That adds something new with a further purpose. Yeah, I mean, this means whether the use adds new expression or meaning to the original content. There's just no way to like evaluate it, you know? Like, how do you put any type of numbers on it?
But like, what's the line? Like, how many times do you have to pause? How many jokes do you have to make? How much of the video are you allowed to include?
Exactly.
And this has gone to court before. You probably remember the H3H3 lawsuit
I
that
do.
they won against Matt Haas, where they were
I do.
sued because they reacted to a video, but the court was like, you know what? This is fair use. But very specifically, the judge.
Damn, I paused at a bad time. Let's look up some fair use copyright cases. Not a fair use. Although the creation of Harry Potter encyclopedia was determined to be slightly transformative, its transformative quality was not enough to justify a fair use. Used too much dialogue straight from the book and they got in trouble for it. So it was considered slightly transformative because it made the Harry Potter terms and lexicons available in one volume. So even though it was a little transformative, it was not considered fair use. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Let's go over here and let's see some more from kind of recently. 03 search engine practice of creating small thumbnails of images and placing them on its own website. Okay, so somebody made a search engine that reproduced the images and placed them on its own website. But they considered that fine because it was considered transformative enough because there were so many there and it helped everybody reach it, and the thumbnails were so bad that it didn't affect the licensing of it. This is really interesting because this is super gray in my opinion. Oh shit. They concluded that a Google search engine did not infringe on 2007 OnlyFans by reproducing thumbnails. So this is like this. Oh, is this the same one that I just read up here at 2003? Which one is this? Oh, it is. Okay, so this one and this one, they're both considered fair use. This one is the Google search engine for OnlyFans thumbnails was considered fine because of the same thing up here, that they're too small and that their purpose was help the public access them. That's crazy. Okay, but it's just thumbnails. So the argument for that is definitely like thumbnails are not, it's not like the biggest amount of content, right? What you'll notice when I'm scrolling through here is fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. And then there's a decent amount there that are not fair use, but then these are like all fair use. All of the artwork, visual arts, audio visual, that's kind of like mostly the cases where we'd be looking at here, because these are for videos and thumbnails are the bigger ones up here too. They're mostly fair use.
Judge said this ruling does not mean that all reaction videos constitute fair use.
No, obviously.
And it's very clear that people have crossed the line, obviously, of what fair use is. And I think the biggest offender of this are streamers, because it's just the nature of streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming rewards people who stream longer and more consistently.
Sure.
And you can do games and things like that, but generally the best thing to stream are things that you can do long time,
right,
repetitively, that
you can, yeah, exactly. You can literally just, I mean, it doesn't even matter if you're just live 24/7, like somebody will check it out and they'll be like, oh, this is the guy that watches movies. Okay, well, let me go watch a movie. Like,
viewer who tunes in maybe halfway through a section or a segment of a stream can instantly understand.
Exactly.
It's why it's a lot harder to stream an entire Final Fantasy game, because if you tune in 30 hours through, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
It's a lot easier to stream a battle royale. Or
oh, that's actually really interesting. That's another good point I've never thought about. Yeah, like when you get in games quicker, when the gameplay is repetitive. Like Call of Duty was always very easy to watch because you knew what the goal of the game was. It's just to kill people and you can watch people do it, right? But like some games are super complicated. Minecraft is another one. Like it's really easy to watch Minecraft. You watch people create stuff, like everybody understands it. Everybody understands movies. Everybody understands TikToks. Like if you join in a stream for a minute and it's just somebody watching TikToks, you're gonna go through three TikToks, right? Like you're telling me you can't relate to one of them? I don't know. I mean, I definitely agree with what he's saying.
Watching videos on YouTube. You watch a 10-minute video, great. You tune in halfway through, you kind of get it, and you'll get to watch the next video.
Wow.
Streamers have taken this to the extreme where they just outright watch TV shows. And this is something I've admonished in the past because, well, I think it's just going to get all of streaming in a whole boatload of trouble.
It probably will eventually.
The copyright law and the lawyers of commercial television,
they'll figure out eventually.
Then let me know. Or summoning
yeah, see, because exactly, like YouTube people are very scared of backlash. If Lamino would have said this to XQC, there would have been a humongous battle here. It probably wouldn't have gotten taken down, and then there would have been more public backlash on Lamino than it would have been worth. Bigger brands, they usually get what they want because they have money, right? They can just buy better assets and people and lawyers and resources. TV shows, yeah, it's more important.
Willing to really take down the whole industry if they have to. In one
right, you're messing with a whole different beast.
Thing in final note on the legality of it all. What market does it occupy? Now, this was a lawsuit with Jeff Koons and another artist. This was the original picture of some artists, and Jeff Koons used it in this piece with feet or whatever. And part of the ruling and why they were like, hey, you know what? This is fair use. Jeff Koons.
Yeah, there's like art. 4 other
because Blanche's photograph could not have captured the market occupied by Koons' work. And I think an issue that I see is when streamers take a reaction that they do on Twitch or on Kick or wherever, and then they re-upload it to YouTube, it dominates the same exact market. That's true. The same market. You can see Lemino's video on YouTube, or you can see XQC's reaction to Lemino on YouTube. It's cannibalizing the same amount of views, which is a little different than if you...
right, like if you're... Well, is that true? Are these like similar things? I've never heard of Lamino, but now that I'm seeing it, like, yeah, he has multiple videos of him just watching it.
Take it and you add a reaction to TikTok, or you take a TikTok and
maybe
you
I'm
add
wrong.
A reaction to YouTube. There's little layers of intricacy there.
That's true.
The question at hand is, what are YouTubers meant to do? Because this problem has been going on for 12 years, and we can talk
probably
about
longer than that.
The boogeyman, or whoever the next boogeyman.
Oh, is that one YouTube?
A little too shittily, and then made too much money off of that. But the problem will always persist, right? Like I'm at a position where I am large enough that I can now consider morals and ethics, and I can think to myself, well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be an asshole, and I don't want to take this creator's videos. So generally, when I react,
you don't need to.
You allow me to react to the video.
He doesn't need to. I see what he's saying. So the bigger argument here, right, is let's just look at it from a different perspective. What if I would have reacted to it? Well, then I don't think he would have given a fuck, because nobody would have watched. I'm not cannibalizing his views because nobody is watching. Nobody's looking up Lamino reactions or the latest Lamino video, and then my video is gonna pop up first. Like, he doesn't care. The other side of this is, then what if it was XQC reacting to continue to use me? If he was reacting to me, this would be, he can watch my whole video. I would not give a fuck. He can watch it 3 times over. If XQC watches my videos, literally word for word, the whole thing, and then re-uploads it with him doing nothing, him shitting in the corner, it would be beneficial. I understand the idea, but
like a Daily Dose or a Jubilee or a Summoning Salt or a Jet Lag. But I don't really react to people who aren't chill with that. I try not to, at the very least, and I do it very minimally.
yeah, there are ways to say like, hey, I don't appreciate people reacting to my content. Like, there are discreet ways to DM XQC and be like, hey man, like, I wish that you wouldn't react to my videos anymore.
I'm allowed to do that because of the position I'm in and because of the amount of money I made. I promise you, when I had like 100 viewers and I was grinding because my dream was to be a full-time Twitch streamer, I did not even consider once the morals and ethics of reacting to a video. I thought to myself, I want to make it at all costs, and this is what people do.
Sure.
It's just how
Let's just do it. Yeah.
And so it doesn't make sense to me to expect and put the onus on individual creators to try to make the change, which will just result in smaller creators or maybe larger creators who have less morals and ethics and don't give a shit to continue and take the mask of reacting in bad faith.
What I think he's trying to say is like, it's hard for you to ask the people in the YouTube business to stop reacting because there's no legality behind it. Like, the only way to stop it from happening is a larger entity comes in and says, hey, you can't do it anymore. Creating as well.
The issue needs to be solved at the root, systemically, and specifically by YouTube. YouTube needs to do a big change. Because right now, there is a problem on YouTube.com. Love the damn website, but I don't think they are doing enough to stop React content. In the past, they've literally supported React content.
I didn't know this. When did they do this?
Things like, how does Sniper Wolf find all her ideas? Because she takes most of the videos. It's not very hard.
It's funny.
But I think YouTube needs to give creators more tools. This right here is a hub that shows me everyone who has taken my content and re-uploaded it. So
Really?
For example, abroad in Japan's epic chess boxing match versus C-Dog VA has been uploaded by that Clipper guy and got 168,000 views, and it is 100% of my content that is in their video. I can see all of this on a dashboard. It is a helpful tool by YouTube.
I actually didn't know that. I've never seen this.
Well, I can archive this, which just means, hey, I'll get over it and no longer see it in here anymore.
It just gets rid of it, yeah.
But that doesn't solve anything.
No.
It just makes me stop looking at
it. It just gets it off your screen.
I can email them and be like, please, can you
please get off your channel, please? And then they'll message you back and they'll be like, no, fuck you. I'm making a lot of money off of this.
Stop taking all my content. Or I can take a much harsher approach and I can request a video removal, which would take down their video and give them a copyright strike.
That is bad.
A strike, which if they get 3 of, would take down their channel as a whole. I know firsthand because I've gotten strikes in the past, specifically from CGP Grey.
Wow.
I watched a couple of his videos on stream, specifically on Twitch years ago, like 2021.
Wow.
And I uploaded them to a VOD channel. Not even personally, I just uploaded all my stuff to VOD channel because I want an archive of what I do.
Oh, so he streamed for probably a couple hours. And it was in the stream that he just ripped, and then I see.
And I woke up.
That's crazy. Somebody would DMCA that because it is in such a long format. Like, there's no way you could argue that the video he uploaded wasn't transformative because there's so much other content.
Later,
that's crazy.
From videos that were uploaded a year apart, I think one in 2021, one in 2022.
Yeah.
And CGP Grey.
This is probably how much of your video has been included in other videos. Yeah. This is interesting. Because that's probably when it was added and it just said like 100% of his video is in yours. So he said, okay, well, claim it.
Much later and said, yeah, fuck him. Which is fully within his right. I'm not mad at him for doing this. I sent him an email. I apologize. Shit, I was a Patreon member before Patreon was Patreon. It was called Sub to CGP Grey. There should be a tool for creators to claim the monetization of a video. That doesn't exist right now. Well, kind of a lie. It only exists for certain companies
Okay.
and MCNs. Music companies can do it. MCNs can do it. They can claim the
An MCN. Okay, network. Gotcha. Didn't know that.
monetization of a video, but creators cannot. And you guys probably
Right.
know just from
Just anybody, like most people on YouTube are just they're just regular people, like you, me, X, Y, and Z, your mom, dad, uncle, anybody. That's usually the extent of it. There's not like a whole third-party entity over here that helps you with all this stuff, unless you're like super massive.
secondhand hearing from other creators. Being in an MCN sucks. They have to reroute all the money that YouTube sends through that MCN, and oftentimes they can end up siphoning a bit off the top, like what
Yeah.
happened to Ethan Klein when his MCN took
Gotcha.
$600,000 without really telling him. Now
Damn.
they eventually paid it back, but that's not something I want to do.
No,
But for whatever reason, because I'm not a part of an MCN,
I didn't know that. I guess I didn't know Ethan Klein was part of an MCN. Let's look up some. Let's see some of these. TYT, Awesomeness TV is one. Disney, Discovery.
I can't do simple things like geo-block my content if perhaps what I'm doing is totally for use, but maybe not
Sure.
considered free.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. See, this is really interesting. This is teaching me a lot that I didn't know you couldn't, like on Netflix and stuff, there's certain things you have to use a VPN because it's not allowed in your country.
Similarly, that option should be available for somebody like Let Me Know. They should
Anybody.
have the tools in one click to instantly make money off of XQC's video. Because then it wouldn't be so stressful if
This is
somebody
true.
was uploading React content. Just means that you would have more money from different pools. And maybe people would still be not okay with it, in which case you could take it down.
There could be different problems that would come up with this, with people abusing it, because I did watch a video. Shout out to the Act Man. Let's go look at that really fast, actually. Yeah, look, a month ago he does this big video on copyright abuse.
I'm not a scammer, bro. A day of my life, I would never scam you guys. Just remember that, bro. A day of my life. I care about you guys so freaking much, bro. I love y'all.
Look, so he does this video.
Interesting, because a couple of days ago, Speed uploads a YouTube short on his smallest, least active YouTube
Yeah.
channel, and he basically admits that he was actually behind this corrupt and horrible behavior the entire time.
YouTube asks y'all to stop spamming about these emails. That is me. That is me. That is me. Just wanted to let y'all.
Right. He's claiming this content, and he had one of these media affiliates claim that it wasn't him, that it was the media affiliate that was doing it, and that he had nothing to do with any of the copyright content. He came out and said like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? He was getting rid of content that was transformative, but these smaller people can't really take action against a big network like he was affiliated with.
But let's be real. If a creator tries to take down an XQC or whoever it is,
Right, big
they're gonna
content
get in
creators.
a world of hate because of it, and it's
It's
just
way
not
more,
worth it.
yeah, it's way more trouble than it's worth.
And then the archive option's not really an option, so let's
That's
add a
not
third
an option.
Let's allow creators
The archive option, shut the fuck up, Lord. The fucking archive option.
to actually claim monetized content. Maybe you have to have some sort of like minimum amount of subscribers so that people don't do too many false copyright claims. I don't know. Or maybe
Yeah, I feel like there is a system that could be worked on as far as letting people, these are just, a lot of times these are just regular people, giving them the power to stand up for themselves. And YouTube is a lovely platform, obviously. I'm uploading on it, I'm looking at it right now. Look at this. Oh, see, because they all had this in it. Look at that. This is interesting right here. I just did a video on Kaisenat, Davis, Agent. They're all in this.
maybe you have to have some sort of like minimum amount of subscribers so that people don't do too many false copyright claims. I don't know. Or maybe you have to more harshly punish false copyright claims.
Yeah, I mean, you have a punishment for it. But when you see, the problem I think I have with punishments for it is like, then people are going to be scared again to do it, because there's always going to be somebody that gets fucked over, you know. Yeah, go check out Mogul Mail.